I had no intention of watching Annie Hall ever again. I saw it probably quite a few years ago at this point. Really did not like it, but I'm watching and reviewing every Carol Kane film, and I realised I'm going to have to give this one another watch. And having rewatched it, I went in with an open mind. I tried to forget all of the things about it that I didn't like, and I went in as fresh as possible. And I can confirm that I still really do not care for this film. I think it's tremendously boring. I don't understand the appeal. I don't understand why it's an Oscar winner, or indeed why it won the Oscar for Best Picture instead of Star Wars. It's absolutely ridiculous. This was released in 1977. It's written and directed by Woody Allen. It's also written by Marshall Brickman. And we have a cast including Woody Allen, Diane Keaton, of course we have Carol Kane. And I really love Diane Keaton, and of course I love Carol Kane. So I guess that was a tiny bit of this that I was excited for. But it's tremendously boring. I genuinely do not understand why this is so popular. It's a multi-Oscar winner. It won Best Picture. It also won Best Actress in a Leading Role for Diane Keaton. Woody Allen won Best Director, and it also won Best Screenplay. And I'm just looking at that and thinking, did we watch the same film? It has 7.9 out of 10 on IMDb across 286,000 reviews and ratings. It has a meta score of 92, which has to be one of the highest meta scores I have ever seen. And I hate it. I probably wouldn't hate it if it wasn't so highly rated. I would probably just think, it's a really boring film. I'll watch it, I'll forget about it. But because it's so highly rated, and I do not get it, I don't get the appeal, it's kind of frustrating. The story is about a character called Alvy, and the film is about his relationship with Annie Hall and his love for her and what happened there. And honestly, not a lot happens. It's tremendously boring. The narrative, in my opinion, has very little to offer. There is nothing about this story that I found fascinating. And then on top of that, Alvy is tremendously annoying. I hate the character. I think he is so insufferable. I could not stand the character. So sometimes a narrative can be dull, but if we have a really likable protagonist, it's okay. I enjoy following their journey, even if the journey's boring. But with this one, we have a very boring narrative and a really, in my opinion, unlikable protagonist. And it's not funny. I don't think there's anything in this that's funny at all. The only good thing is some of the cast. We have, as I said, Diane Keaton, Carol Kane, we have Shelley Duvall. So the cast made it slightly watchable, but I still found the film to be tremendously tedious. I probably wouldn't hate it as much as I do if it were not so popular. But because everybody seems to love this, and I'm sure there are exceptions, I'm not going to be the only person who hates it, but because it's put on such a pedestal, it kind of makes me hate it all the more. Because I don't think the film deserves that level of praise. Obviously, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. If they watch it and love it, that's absolutely fine. But it's such a wasted opportunity. There are so many other films that deserve this level of praise, and they don't get it. And then there's Annie Hall, one of the most tedious experiences ever that I've now seen twice. And as I said, I can't believe that Star Wars lost the Best Picture to this. And Star Wars was very successful at the time. Of course it was. It's not one of those films that's, well, it probably has become even more popular over time, but it was so popular when it was first released, more than anybody imagined. So it absolutely could have won that Oscar. The other films that were nominated, I don't think I've seen any of them. We have The Goodbye Girl, Julia, and The Turning Point. The Turning Point looks familiar, but other than that, I've definitely seen A New Hope, and it absolutely should have won the Oscar. I can't comment on the other three, but certainly Annie Hall doesn't even deserve a nomination. It doesn't deserve the Best Screenplay nomination. The performances are fine, and as I said, I did kind of like watching Diane Keaton in this and Carol Kane, but I don't understand it. I don't get the appeal. The narrative is dull. Our protagonist is exceptionally annoying. Visually, it's fine. The camera work's fine. The lighting's fine. The locations are fine. All of the technical aspects are okay. Absolutely no problems there. It is simply a tremendously boring narrative and an exceptionally irritating protagonist. And those are kind of the two main focuses. And of course we have Annie Hall as a character. I have no negative feelings towards Annie Hall. I will hopefully never ever have to watch this again. I only watched it because I wanted to review it because of Carol Kane. And also probably Diane Keaton. I have a short list of actors whose filmographies I'm trying to work through, and Diane Keaton is on that list. So even if I wasn't watching Carol Kane's, I would have had to rewatch it for Diane Keaton anyway. But thankfully, This will hopefully be the last time I have to see the film. I don't understand the appeal. I really don't. If you love it, that's fine. I respect your opinion. But personally, I think Annie Hall is one of the most overrated films I have ever had the displeasure of watching, and I hope I never ever have to see it again.